What's up, everyone? So today we're going to do SAT math, and our topic is going to be ratios and proportions. Alright, so in this topic we're going to learn what ratios are and then what proportions are as well. So let's get started. Alright, so let's define what a ratio is. So in simple English, a ratio is literally the comparison of two different things. So let's say we're comparing men to women. When people say the ratio of men to women is 15 to 20, you would write something like 15 to 20 or 15 colon 20 or 15 over 20. That shows the ratio of men to women or woman to men depending on the item we are comparing. So let's write out a formal definition on the next. So a ratio is a comparison of two different things. So ratios, in my opinion, are pretty important. So I will show you a couple examples of ratios and we can write them out. And then we'll do a few problems with ratios as well. We'll do ratios pretty quickly because proportions are very fun to do. So let's go on. So let's say we have the ratio of men to women. Someone says there are 32 men and 61 women in a room. Find the ratio of men to women. So you could say the men to woman ratio is 32 to 61. Or you could also write this as 32 colon 61. And there's also one more notation, which is known as the fractional notation, which in this case would be 32 over 61. So now let's go with the same problem. Let's go to the next slide. Write this. We have 32 men, 61 women. Someone says find the ratio of men to all, meaning we're finding just the ratio from men to everyone in the room. That means we would first have to add up the men to women. So the men to woman total is equal to 32 plus 61, which is just 93. So we're finding the ratio of men to the total number. That would be 32 colon 93. Or the other notations, whichever ones you like. I like the fraction. I like this notation, the odds notation. But the fractional notation is actually very good also. It is useful. Let's write it out in fractional notation as well. 93. Okay. Now we want the ratio of woman to all. We would write 61 colon 93 or 61 over 93. It is the same thing. Alright. So I think right now we've done a good amount of stuff with basic notation writing. Now let's actually do a basic problem. Let's go on. Alright, so we have this problem right here. 16 dogs and 30 cats. We want to find the ratio of dogs to cats and the ratio of cats to dogs. So let's break this up into half so we can split it up. So we want to find the ratio of dogs to cats. As we looked at in the previous slides, we know that the ratio of anything to anything we could just write as the following. We would do 16 dogs colon 3 cats. Or we could write it as 16 dogs over 3 cats, which is the same thing. Alright, and then now we want to find the ratio of cats to dogs. So we do 3 cats to 16 dogs, Or we do 3 cats over 16 dogs. Same exact thing, just different notation. Very fun, very cool. So now on the next slide, let's go on and do proportions. This will be fun. I'll explain what proportions are, and then we'll go on to doing some basic problems with proportions. Let's get started. Alright, so right here we're going to do proportions. Proportions. Alright, so proportions are easily defined as two ratios that are equal. Now you guys see why we had to do ratios first? It makes sense. We need to learn ratios before we can do proportions. But yeah, proportions are when two ratios are equal. This means, let's give you guys an example. Let's say ratio AB, A to B, is equal to C to D. Or also, A to B is equal to, A over B is equal to C over D. This is a proportion. So, solving a proportion, we have to do cross multiplication, meaning this and this multiply, and that multiply. What I mean is, A times D is equal to B times C. Alright? So, on the next slide, I'm going to write out a formal definition, and then I'll give you guys a basic example of how to solve a proportion. Let's get started. Alright, so a proportion is when two ratios are equal. Alright, so I showed you guys in the last slide, what a basic example is in variables. Let's do something with numbers. So let's say we have 3 over 5 is equal to 6 over 10. Okay? And we want to check if this is proportional. Alright? So what we would do is we would do cross multiplication between 3 and 10 and 6 and 5. So 3 times 10 is equal to question mark 6 times 5. 30 is equal to 30. Question mark? Yes, that is true. 30 is equal to 30. So this is a basic, very simple example of a proportion. Now let's go on to another example where it gets a bit complicated. Let's say in this example we have 7 over 11 is equal to D over 33. Alright? Actually, let's do 33. That's fine. And in this question, we want to find what D is equal to. D is equal to. So, same thing we do cross multiplication. This times this is equal to this times this. So 7 times 33 is equal to D times 11. And we want to get D by itself because we're trying to solve for D. So let's divide by 11 on both sides. Divide by 11. So we get D is equal to 7 times 33 over 11. Well, we know we can divide 11 and 33 because of basic arithmetic rules. So that becomes 1, that becomes 3. So that's 7 times 3, which is equal to 21. So we found out that the value of D is equal to 21. This is how proportions can be very useful. You can find the value of an unknown given 3 values. So actually you have to have 3 values to be given to find the value of that one unknown. Let's do a sample question. And yeah, we'll call it a day after that. Alright, so we have this problem right here. You need 0.625 pounds of force to lift 28 pounds. How much force would you need to lift 100 pounds? So let's write these as ratios first. So let's write the first one here as a ratio. Alright, let's do that first. So 0.625 over 28. That is our first ratio. Now let's write the second ratio. How much force? We don't know the amount of force, so let's give that variable F over 100. So, since we can, in this situation, I'll tell you guys, we can assume these as proportional. Alright, so let's just set these equal to each other since they are proportional. That means we have 0.625 over 28 is equal to f over 100. So let's solve this proportion. Let's multiply this, and then let's multiply that. So, let's do that. Where's my pen? Here we go. So we get 0.625 times 100 is equal to 28f. Okay. So, we're solving for f. 28 times f, sorry. We're solving for f, so let's divide by 28. Let's divide by 28. So we get f is equal to 0.625 times 100 divided by 28. That is equal to 62.5 divided by 28. Now, using a calculator, you do 62.5 divided by 28. After doing that, you round up. You can round a little, and you get 2.2 pounds of force. Pounds of force. Alright, so you guys see how these proportions make life easy when you want to solve some basic questions. So, well, thanks for watching this video. That's it for today, and have a great day.